Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I have a video sharing tips, tricks, and must-haves. Everything that you're going to see is what I recommend in your craft room, and I consider it essentials. Some of it is a preference, but if I can help you save money, this is what this video is for. Because this video is long, I'm going to cut it into parts. So today is part 1. Before we get started, I just wanted to mention that it has been many months since I've been on YouTube. And the reason is because I live in a condo and I was having issues with one of my neighbors. It made it impossible for me to film. I'm happy to say that that has been resolved, and there are hours in the day or night that I'd be able to film without having any outside noise. So I do apologize for being gone for so long, but I'm back. I think that this is a great way to start my return with tips, tricks, and must-haves. These items are what I prefer. They've been tried, tested, and true. I'm only helping you to save some money in the long run, and that's what this video is about. So let's get started. These items is going to be in today's video for part 1. We're going to touch base on the Gamsol, how I use it to apply to my pencil crayon coloring. I found a really great solution, so you're going to see this. I will also be showing the use of the press and seal. This is great for many things. You'll see in my video what I use it for. If you're a card maker or even a scrapbooker, if you want to make score lines, you're going to need a score tool. You'll be seeing this in the video. You will also be seeing some tips and tricks that I use for a trimmer. This is the small one, which cuts up to 6 inches. So you'll be seeing that in today's video as well. So without further ado, let's get started. So a must-have craft tool is definitely a score tool. I was using this for years, very happy with it. So I did go ahead and buy the Score Buddy. You put your paper in. I don't use the bone folder from the Score Buddy. I have this one. It's a Teflon and it's from Simon Says Stamp, and I'm very happy with it. You can definitely use it. There's nothing wrong with it, but I prefer the Teflon one. So I'm going to score this at 2 inches. And what I like to do is I score it once that way, and then I score it the other side, and then I fold and I take my bone folder and I use this edge, and there you go. You have a perfectly scored cardstock. And also what I do like about my Score Buddy is that it has these little knobs at the bottom. When you are scoring, it's not moving, and that's what I like about it. My next trick is being able to get your sentiment trimmed in the right place. I've been using a Post-it this small. You can use a bigger one, it doesn't matter, as long as it gives you some kind of border. You would be placing your Post-it like so, and you bring out your sentiment all the way to the area where the purple is. And then now you can make a nice clean cut exactly where you wanted it. So when I remove the Post-it, you're going to have that border. This has been a game changer for me. I also have another tip. When you get to a sentiment, it's very hard to place it in your trimmer and hold it and then cut. What ends up happening is most times it ends up moving. So I have a little trick for that. You can take any kind of non-permanent tape. So I'm using purple tape. I'll be showing you different types of tapes later on, but you can use painter's tape, any kind of tape that will not be permanent. And here I've temporarily adhered it so I can trim off the other edge without having to worry about it shifting. I'm placing my Post-it like I did just before. And now I can put it in the trimmer, align it, and there you go. I didn't lose my sentiment and it didn't shift because I'm temporarily adhering it. You just remove it from the tape and there you go. Now it's just a question of cutting off the edges. For my next trick, I did struggle with paste drying out. I don't use paste every day, so when I went to go get them, I found out they were very dry. I use press and seal, which is a great kitchen tool, you know, when you have something that you have leftovers and you want to put something on, like the plastic wrap, which here I use saran wrap. I found this to be a great sealer and wonderful for your crafting, especially glimmer snow and my texture paste. Like I said, I would open it up and it would be dry. By adding the press and seal, my paste is now very moist and I'm able to use it like as if it was brand new. This is actually a year old and it's held up. If I had no press and seal or any plastic wrap covering over it, it would have hardened. It had done it with this jar and I put just a little bit of water just to reactivate it. No issues since I put the press and seal. So this is a great money-saving trick. It's definitely something that you should have in your craft room. When I first started scrapbooking and card making, I was using the Fiskars trimmer. I really liked it. You have to change the blade every once in a while, but you also had to change this plate here. This allows you to cut, and every so often you do have to turn it around, and you can use it up to 4 times because you can use it 2 sides on this side and then flip it and then use the other 2 sides, and then you have to replace it. So that in the end gets costly as well. So I did buy the Tim Holtz Tonic Studio trimmer and I love it. This has become my go-to trimmer. It's precise, it cuts straight lines, it's self-sharpening. I'll never have to change the blade. And I've had this for over 2 or 3 years now and no issues. If you're going to invest in a trimmer, I strongly recommend this one. It only cuts from 6 inches. If you do scrapbooking or you make bigger cards, a 5x7, then it is worthwhile to get the bigger version. I'm not filming the bigger version because it's on the other side and I have very limited space, but I'll link it down below. Another must-have in your crafting tools is a T-ruler. I'm getting older and I have stigmatism in both my eyes. So in order to avoid misaligning my sentiments or anything else, a T-ruler is very handy. So basically you put the edge to the edge of your cardstock and you move it to where you want it to be centered, whatever adhesive you want on the back, so like foam tape or a glue, and you'd be able to now permanently put it down and know that it's straight. So for this tip, I struggled really hard with pencil crayons and Gamsol. When I got the set for Gamsol, it comes with these 2 stamps, one thick, one thinner, and it comes with sandblock that you can wipe away the color, be able to go on to your next color. And so I tried all kinds of different things. I had put my Gamsol into this alcohol ink blending pen, and unfortunately for some reason it kept leaking from the sides and it was going on to my project, and I thought this would have been a good solution, but it turned out for me it wasn't. So I tried all kinds of things, pencil crayons, different types of brands, and still struggled. Like I wasn't getting the blend that I wanted. So I did end up getting the Prismacolor Premier. And although like I do find it does blend better, I still wasn't getting the blend that I wanted. And I've tried all kinds of things. I tried this colored pencil blender. It worked to some point, but still not the best. Then I used the Prismacolor Premier Colorless, and again, I don't know if I was doing something wrong, it just wasn't working. And then I did try the Prismacolor Premier Colorless Blender, which is like an alcohol marker, but again, I still wasn't getting it. I do like the Gamsol, and I said there has to be another way to be able to do my project. So I'm happy to say that I tried something and it worked. I bought a Copic sketch empty, and I bought some refills for the tips because I don't like the chisel nib, so I wanted to replace the chisel with a fine tip nib, so I bought that. And I put in the Gamsol using this pipette. So I dunked it in and I inserted it in, and I let the tips fill up with the Gamsol, and I'm happy to say that finally I'm getting the blend that I want. So you can try all these things, see what works for you, but I'm telling you, the Copic, it doesn't leak. I'm so happy with the results that if I could save you time and money, this is what this whole video is about. I'm gonna go in and just color the edges with a dark purple. I just want to give it that little shading, and then I'll go in with my lighter purple. And the beauty about this technique is that you can come back once you placed the Gamsol on it. You can always come back. So I'm going to go with the fine tip. I want to just show you, look how beautiful this blends. And now in a circular motion, I'm moving out the darkest color so that it fades into this lighter shade. And by the way, the ink that I used for my stamp, the Simon Says stamp Intense Black, and I find it works very well for many different types of mediums. To wipe away the color from the tip, you just go off on a scrap piece of paper and just, you keep rubbing until it's gone, and it's gone. So now I could go on to another color. Can always go back, like I said. So I want to intensify this outer edge a little bit more with the purple, the deep purple. And I'm coming back, and again, I'm just in a circular motion working out that color. And there you go. And I hope this solves the blending for pencil crayons. So this concludes part 1 of my tips, tricks, and must-haves. And this is the finished card that I used with the pencil crayons, Gamsol, and with my Copic blender. Thank you so much for stopping by. Stay tuned for part 2. It's in the process of editing. It will be uploaded to YouTube shortly. If you like this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and also hit the bell if you want to be notified of new videos. Thank you, and see you again soon. Bye.